Hey everyone, it's Mariella. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm excited to share with you 10 things that I don't want to buy this year. And I say excited because I am on a conscious consumer journey where I'm trying to be more mindful and intentional with my purchases. And honestly, I think this list is going to help me. First of all, I'm not going to deny that I am a consumer, and I don't think being a consumer is a bad thing in itself. I do like buying nice things that make my life better by providing solutions. And that's what good products and services are meant to do, provide solutions. But in this buy culture that we have now, it's so easy to overconsume by buying things disguised as solutions for problems that we never had, or buying things when we already had existing solutions. I'm really glad that last year I started seeing more conscious consumer content on TikTok and YouTube, and it made me feel less alone in wanting and buying so many pretty new things and feeling guilty later on because I didn't end up using it because it just didn't serve any purpose for me. I find it so inspiring how people are being more aware and taking more steps to becoming a more mindful consumer. I also find it a bit reassuring how, to me at least, it seems that there's a bigger awareness on the serious issues of overconsumption and how bad it is for our environment and also our mental health. And that has really driven my determination to be a better, more intentional shopper. This video is called Things That I Don't Want to Buy, an emphasis on the don't want, because I'm not perfect, and you'll see in this video that there might be a couple of exceptions to some of these things, but my goal is to really stay away from purchasing these things. And I think just by having this list and sharing this with you is really going to help me be more mindful about the way that I consume. Please bear in mind that this list is personal in the sense that I know purchasing any of these things won't add any value to my life. I don't have the budget for these things at the moment, or I just have enough of these things already. So I'm not saying that no one should be buying these things at all. I'm not going to judge you if you are, because what everyone finds value in and what everyone has a budget for is going to be different. But what I really want to emphasize is having that self-awareness and being more intentional about the things that we are consuming, ensuring that it really is going to provide a solution for us and we don't have anything else that is going to do the same thing. So let's get into it. Starting off strong, lip products. I'm obsessed with a good lip product, but the truth is simply that I already have enough, and I've already found my holy grail lip products that I love the look and feel of. These are my strong contenders. To me, lippies are one of those makeup products that I can just keep buying more of, because it's probably one of the only few things makeup wise I'm comfortable switching up. I have a very basic makeup routine, basically just like 1 or 2 looks, and for my base, contour, blush, I pretty much use 1 or 2 products consistently. When it comes to lipsticks, balms, glosses, peptides, I've bought a little bit too much. What happens is I'll see this new holy grail lip product on TikTok or Instagram and it looks incredible on someone. I end up buying it and I realize that the color doesn't look exactly the same on me, because obviously color theory, or I just don't like the feel of it on my lips, and that's just happened too many times. And now that I have my go-tos that I love and I'm comfortable with, I just can't justify buying another lip product. The next is a big one, new fragrances. This is something that I really needed help with because I had a problem. There was a point in my life before TikTok where I was always wondering why people had multiple perfumes, because I thought that if I had a really good perfume that I liked, I would just want to smell like that all the time, and I just didn't want to smell like anything else. Then I was introduced to perfume talk and I became a gourmand girl, and I just kept wanting to buy the next new warm vanilla perfume that everyone swore turned heads. Over the last couple of years, I just started doing what I never thought that I would ever do in my life, which was keep buying those perfumes that I loved the thought of. And even though I would love the smell of most of them that I purchased, I wouldn't end up using most of it because I already had very similar scents and I would just have too many. And perfumes can be expensive, so this category has done a bit of damage to my pen. Now I have enough. Now I'm happy with my gourmand collection, and the only exception that I would allow is if I found a perfume with a different scent profile, something fruity or fresh, which I don't have at the moment and I think would be quite good for the warmer months. Again, even saying this, it just makes me feel so icky sometimes because I know I don't need it, but that is the only exception I have, and hopefully I don't fall in love with anything, but that is it. So third on my list is new skincare. particularly trends. My poor skin has been going through it these last couple of years, and I honestly think that a lot of it was getting worse because of the new products that I was just trying. Long story short, I tried retinol, purged for about 8 months, stopped retinol, my skin got a bit better, but now I have P.s I. So I have a lot of red marks that are caused by previous inflammation. I bought and tried a lot of skincare that was recommended on TikTok and Instagram, and even though I would like the feel of them, skin was still suffering. I just didn't know what the cause was because I was just trying so many products, and it got really overwhelming because when my algorithm was just showing me a lot of skincare, I just kept seeing so many of these skincare solutions that worked for so many people, and I thought it would work for me, but it just didn't. And I know you do have to be patient with skincare. It takes around 1 month for a product to really work for you, and I did try that for a couple of months, but I just still had the same issue. Now I've simplified my routine and I'm using minimal products that I know won't trigger my skin. Also being mindful of what I eat and focusing on improving my gut health, because a lot of the acne that I get is hormonal. So I really want to heal and be patient with my skin, listen to what it really needs before I try the next new skincare product. My skin isn't where I want it to be now, but it definitely is better than what it was before, and for that I am very grateful. Fast fashion. It's killing our planet, reinforces unethical labor practices, and it often produces low quality clothing. I would say that I've really decreased my spending on places like ASOS, Pretty Little Thing, Bershka and Zara for a while now. However, I was still buying a couple of pieces from fast fashion brands for the occasional occasion. So for example, Halloween, an event for a night out, or even a holiday. And my reasoning was that I could buy this cheap thing this one time because it's not as if I do it all the time, and also the quality doesn't need to be as good because it's only going to be for one event. I probably won't use it again. But even that just now doesn't sit well with me. I'm now glad that I'm seeing more videos on TikTok and YouTube from creators that promotes investing in sustainable, ethical clothing. And I'm also really glad that there's this awareness spreading that we should be checking the composition of these pieces that we are buying, because not only is it better for the environment, but it also means that we're going to have better quality pieces that's not going to start pilling after a couple of washes. I understand how investing in sustainable, higher quality clothing isn't affordable for a lot of people, including myself. For me, I don't have the budget to be spending 50 to 100 pounds per piece of clothing. But not spending money on fast fashion doesn't necessarily mean forking out more money on more expensive but better quality and sustainable clothing, but rather it's just being more mindful of the pieces that you already have. I'm still going to be using a lot of the clothes, even though it is from fast fashion places that I bought in the past, because why not? I'm not going to waste that. Not investing in fast fashion could also look like buying secondhand from places like charity shops and vintage, and maybe saving your money for when you can afford to buy something for a more sustainable, ethical brand and buy a piece that's going to last and look amazing. Hobbies. Hobbies themselves are incredible and super important. I think they are essential. They're so good for your mental health and personal growth. However, nowadays I also think there is an overconsumption where we spend lots of money on buying things for hobbies because we like the thought of it, rather than actually committing to that hobby consistently long enough for us to actually reap the benefits from the hobby. This has unfortunately been my forte. It's something I'm very familiar with. I've gotten so excited and have invested so much money in such and such hobbies and projects. After the honeymoon period wears off, I just abandoned the hobby. I think I am getting better at this now, because last autumn I was on the coloring book side of TikTok. I saw a lot of really cute coloring books and it was so satisfying to see people coloring, and I spent time looking on Amazon for coloring books and felt tip pens, but I just kept hesitating to buy it because I kept asking myself if I was really going to color. Do I even have the time to do this? But obviously in the end, that need to want to do that because I saw people doing it just kind of faded, and I just knew it wasn't for me. So I'm glad about that, and now I feel like I can just enjoy seeing creators coloring or doing their hobbies, knowing that I don't need to do that for myself. Also, I've already got my hobbies that I know I'm locked in and committed to, so I wouldn't mind spending money on those things intentionally. There's probably a couple more hobbies that I wouldn't mind taking on, especially ones for my physical health and something to develop my skills further. But if there's something new that I want to try, I don't want to spend more than £10 on it. Or better yet, I want to see if I already have something, or if someone I know already has something, to try that hobby out to see if I am going to be committed to it. Okay, so now I'm going to be sharing things that I want to continue not buying because I've already spent these past couple of years staying away from purchasing them. First is buying coffee from outside. I'm not against buying coffee. I love coffee. It's seriously one of the things that I look forward to every day. And I actually get a bit sad when I finish my cup of coffee because I'm only allowing myself one coffee a day. And I understand how people, especially those who are not working from home every day, look forward to buying their coffee from a cafe, especially if you're supporting local small businesses, because coffee is a little treat, it's a little pleasure in life that also gives you that extra boost if you need it. But personally for me, because I'm home most of the time, I'm happy with my coffee that I have here, and I just can't justify spending money on coffee outside, and I'm only going to be doing it if I know I'm not going to be home for a while and if I really need that energy. Physical fiction books. I went from reading a few books a year for most of my 20s to reading 19 books last year, 2024, because I started reading fiction again. 2 years ago, I looked for book recommendations from Book Talk, and I got into the world of thrillers from authors such as Frida McFadden, Lucinda Berry and John Mars, just to name a few. And I think that really drove me to start reading more. However, my pile of fiction books just kept piling up and I just didn't have enough space. So I decided to buy a Kindle 2 years ago. Now I love my Kindle because not only is it more sustainable, but it's made me want to read more because of how accessible it is. It fits in most of my bags and it's so much easier to read on the go, and also in bed, which is when I read the most. I also spend less money on the books that I do read because I do have Kindle Unlimited. I still buy physical books, but for non-fiction only, because I do like to highlight and make notes. But with fiction, even if I did really like that book and there was a special edition, I don't think I would ever buy the physical copy unless it was signed by the author. I think that's the only time I would get it. But I don't need a physical book as a trophy. I just don't have enough space. And I'll still go to bookshops and libraries just because I love being surrounded by books and it is an experience, but it doesn't mean I have to buy something. New physical planners. I love planning. I am a big planner. I've tried out so many planning systems over the years, and I even had my own small planner and stationery business during COVID. But I'm at the point right now where I know the easiest way for me to plan is digitally. I've realized that in order for me to consistently plan and have a to-do list is for me to be able to write random tasks that come to mind on my phone. I've been using the Tick app on my phone for a while now, and it's just helped me plan and be more productive. It kind of breaks my heart a little bit because I do love pen to paper planning and I love having that time, but I've just bought too many physical planners in the past that I just haven't finished, and it's just been wasted. Also, I still do get to write every day in my journal. The next is random viral social media products. And I say random for me, they may not be random for you, but I'm talking about things like Stanley Cups and Labubus. For me, I just don't see myself using or liking the look of something enough to buy it. So for example, recently bag charms have been really popular and been coming up on my For You page a lot. And I find some of them really cute, but I just don't see myself using one on my bag for now, at least. I still double tap and like the videos that come up on my For You page of people showing you their bag charms or Labubu collection, because it's still nice to see people really happy about using them and having them. Also, some of the memes are really funny, but I just don't see myself using them. Booking beauty appointments. I'm mainly talking about getting my nails done, waxing and eyelash appointments. Booking these appointments consistently is not in my budget. I do love doing these things, but I can also do it myself. I can do my own nails and I enjoy the time doing it. I can use wax strips at home. And even though I love the look of eyelash extensions, I've been trying to grow out my natural eyelashes and make them stronger by using castor oil every night. So I just don't see myself booking these appointments in unless it was for a really special occasion. So those are things that I don't want to buy this year. It feels so good to list them out and tell you about them because I am determined to be a better consumer this year. That said, I'm still going to buy things. I'm not going to do a no buy year. Maybe I'll have some periods where I won't buy anything, but I'm definitely going to be more intentional and mindful of what I do buy. And I think that this list is going to help me not buy things that I just don't need. As mentioned, I'm not perfect and things can happen, but I'm really glad that every day time being exposed to so much more content on how to invest your money in places that are more sustainable and ethical and just better for the world, and also better for you, because we all want nice things that last and give true value. I'm also thinking about doing things that I am going to invest in for this year, things that are going to make my life better. I hope you enjoyed the video. I would honestly love to hear what's on your don't want to buy or not buying in 2025 list, and enjoy the rest of your day.